So welcome to the final after-action review of trading performance for the Kata Sniper. Today is Monday, the 21st of July, 2025. So in about 2 hours after the market opened, I managed to complete the 30 trades for this sample size that I wanted to do. Since this is just a sample version and it has not too much in common with the rules that I want to use for my optimized day trading system, I made the decision to just cut it and just focus more on maybe my analysis of my overall performance and preparation for the next 30 trades with the new rule set. So I didn't trade all the way down till the end of the market. I just traded for a little bit. So just to confirm, 30 trades. We have a positive expectancy system. We have a 2.1 R. Given that I made some mistakes along the way, like the stop and reverse, I think one or two trades that I took that I shouldn't have taken. So maybe this would have been a little bit better. But it was just a really simple system with really simple exit rules, pretty much only like two exit rules. So definitely going to be something to work on. 47% win rate, 53% loss rate. So let's call it an even 50-50. Average win 1.04, average loss 0.78. Let's call it a 0.8. So in theory, like a coin model, imagine we have a coin and the coin wins 47% of the time, and when we win, we get a payout 1.3 to 1. So positive expectancy, SQN 0.34. So definitely improvable, and that's what we're going to try to do, or that's what I'm going to try to do. If we look at the histogram, there's a lot of losses, given that it's a 50-50 system theoretically. Um, we would like this to have more wins. I'd like to have more wins, and I think with the new rule set, that's going to be available to us. One thing that I really wanted to highlight here, or something that I wanted to highlight, is this fat right tail. So even with this system, it is positive expectancy because of these big gifts. A while here in this range from -1 to +2. I would say it's definitely not positive. So that's something to work on in an industrial style, systematic way. You definitely, or the goal of any system is to be positive from -1 to 2R. The reason for that is because the frame of any trade is from -1 to 2R. You frame it 2 to 1. So you definitely want to be positive expectancy there, and then just take the gifts that the market gives you. So we have accepted the gifts. We're just gonna, or I'm just gonna work a little bit better on my exit rules for inside. So that's that. Let's go look at the trades quickly. Yep, here we are. So just to be clear here, this line marks the end of the trading session. So here at the start, we have gap up, sells off. I don't even think it was too much. I think it was like a 0.5% of a fail stat. Goes back up, and here we get in. The reason why we get in is very simple. Here we have a low, we have a higher low, so that is a kata 2. The black piece or dots tell us that the move has moved enough, so for us to consider it a non-noise move. So we get in, works a little bit, then just retreats back, takes us out at about 0.3 our win. Again, this is a pretty big move, so I think with the new rule set, I would be at about 0.5. Then it kind of goes into this kind of channel here where there are a lot of RLRs, which are regression line resistance, which if we draw a line from these peaks and valleys of the RL10, you can see that there are nice kind of support levels here. If we drive from yesterday, there's like the regression lines over here to kind of make these points pretty nice support levels, as well as this one right over here. So after this move up, it goes down and now back up again. And as you can see, it's the same idea, kata 2. So we have a low, we have a higher low. Ideally, you want to get in here. And the reason is because this is a pocket, right? If this is the low of the day, which is believable, and this is the range stat, then I do have a reasonable expectation that the move is going to go up around right over here, right? Because the range stat is the average daily range plus one standard deviation. So about 85% of all the move over a given sample will be in here. So it's not unreasonable to think that it can go that far. And when we could wait for the emerging dragon here. This is not a bad idea, of course, where we would get confirmation that this move is possible. But when we see it from a compound critical state perspective, we can say, hey, this is an R10. So theoretically, we're getting 1.8 R10s in, and we have, 1, 2, 3, 4, probably 4 or 5 of these double boxes to the top. So if we get in, let's just call it that we got in at 2R10s. That means that there's 8 R10s to the range stat. That means that we still have 8 units of risk available just to the top of the maximum reasonable intraday move. So this is a very, very easy entry, and I was really, really happy with it, even though, of course, it failed and then kind of went up after that, took us out, and then retraced. But here it's just a very, very low risk idea here. You have low of the day, you're after the 1 hour, so you can theoretically say that this is probably going to be the low of the day, and just so really, really nice trade. Frame wise as well, like I said, you have 8 units of risk to the maximum reasonable intraday move, even if it just moved, I don't know, half of that or something. It's pretty cool. Also, what is pretty cool is that I think I had, yeah, you have exactly 2 units of reward, or the units of risk, it doesn't matter, to just the high of the day. So even if I was just to say, hey, I don't know if it's going to go to the range slot, but I know that I shouldn't be surprised if it just moves to the high of the day. And even there, I have 2 to 1. So pretty cool. So that was a good trade. Even though, of course, so one thing that I wanted to point out here is that there's a difference between the DQN, the decision quality number of a trade, and the OQN, or the outcome quality number. So this is the outcome quality number, right? We lost an R. But the DQN, or the decision quality number, was really, really good because we framed a trade that overall has a very, very high expectancy. And even if it, on 50% of the time we would win and 50% of the time we lose, okay, we lose 1R, but then 50% of the time we have a big move ahead of us. So I think the DQN is very, very high in this instance, and I don't really care about the result or the outcome. The trade frame is what counts. Here, this is pretty nice. This is what Ken would really like, and that's when you see this is yesterday's. I hope you can see it. Yeah, I can. This is yesterday's close, and this is open. That means there's really no gap. I even put that in. I said open is pretty much equal to yesterday's close. Ken would love that. It would be like a quiet breakout. And that's exactly what happened. Here we have the OR3. There's a breakdown of the OR3, and it just sells off. This is about a 2R move if you have an R10 as an R. And then it reverses somewhere around here. You have a 1, 2, 3 entry right over here. I don't know about the WMB3. I don't have that indicator yet, so it's going to be in the new rule set. So we'll be able to tell, but probably somewhere around here you can get in. We get in here on the SSC. It moves a little bit up and then just fails. So we take a 0.8 hour loss. We even set up the collapsing dragon here, but since the PCR flipped over here, I just took it out. Not really a need for that. An idea here would be if you were going to be taking the trades in the river, then you'd have a lower high, so you would probably get this move down, which is also pretty nice. It was a pretty nice move. This is an R10, I think, so it's like 1, 2, so 1.5R, nice down. But we weren't trading that anymore. So, and these are again some kind of resistance, and support levels. So here we have the low of the day support, just hit twice. Here there again, this kind of support level of the RL10. If I get rid of all those drawings, or at least yeah, that's better. So no, I can see that. It's better. So as you can see, this RL10 kind of turning point gives these support levels, and here at the top as well, right over here, as you can see, this move didn't even get as high as this. So just some ideas and some ways to kind of frame and create these kind of ladders where you're like, okay, if the SSC goes, I have 2 to 1 just to the high of the day, or just to the opening, maybe somewhere around here. And then if it fails again, there's the high of the day, you have a range stat, and here you have the 10-day low, which isn't unreasonable for it to go there. So, and these peaks and valleys of the RL10 are good focus points. So overall, I think it was a really, really good session. Learned a lot, updated my trading journal, had some aha moments. So overall, very, very positive. Even if it's a positive system, that's great. I'm just going to do a better job of explaining the rules in the next video. I hopefully to do it in some kind of keynote presentation so I can annotate it and just explain all the things that I'm going to do next time. So thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time.